Narcissist divorce I'm going to talk about now is cognitive dissonance after narcissist abuse. And what this is it's a psychological discomfort you have when you've got two conflicting values or beliefs. And so you've got one belief here and another belief there, and they're in conflict, and it causes emotional discomfort. So that boiled down to back when you were love bombed, say, and I'm using the example of it could be with your parents too if your parent was a narcissist, but I'm using the example of intimate partner abuse more. When you were love bombed and say they told you they were, say they're a covert narcissist, and they gave you this presentation of being all good, this good person, and then you start seeing this other person, and this causes this imbalance in your mind, and you're confused. So you keep telling yourself you're not seeing what you're seeing. No, they made a mistake. They didn't really mean it. You keep forgiving the person. You're in that abuse cycle. And that's what that means. It's part of that. And they actually can measure this in the brain when somebody is undergoing that, and it shows up in your left frontal lobe, and it lights up there in your brain. It's the same area of your brain that lights up for anger, I believe. Now, I do want to talk about something else here. Before I talk about it, I don't have a lot of subscribers yet, but I want to say thank you to everyone who is a subscriber. I really appreciate you, and I would like more subscribers, so if anyone would like to subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. But what I'm going to talk about now could be a trigger warning for people. So I'm just warning them if they might not want to watch the rest of this video, because I did not post this in the title. I did not want to get more views this way or clickbait. You know, I don't, obviously I would like more views, but I do not want to get more views off of this incident. So if you don't want to hear about this, I'm saying click off this now, because what I'm going to talk about right now is malignant narcissist sociopath Chris Watts, because he is in the news again. So I'm just giving a warning because I did not put this in my title anywhere. I watched a video last night about this interview with Dr. Phil, and that's what he called him. He called him evil, which I would have to agree. He's come up with a new confession from prison. In my opinion, it's probably still not completely the truth. It's probably more the truth, but I think part of it is still a lie, because he was saying it was a crime of passion. I doubt that part of the story, that it was a crime of passion, that he did it in a rage, but he is now saying that in a rage, and he is now claiming that he has remorse and that he has found God. But being that he's a malignant narcissist sociopath, part of me feels like he just wants to be in the limelight and have publicity. The only good thing that I can say out of all of this is at least part of this confession takes the blame off of Shannon. But he claims that he killed her in a crime of passion, act of rage, that she confronted on the affair or found out about it, and that he was enraged because claiming that she threatened to take the children away from him, so that he strangled her. He was wrapping her in a sheet or something, and the older daughter walked in on him and Bella saw him doing that and questioned him, and he said, "Oh, mommy's sick, I gotta take her to the hospital." And this is then where the neighbor had seen him back the pickup truck into his garage. The most disturbing thing in his story was that he took his dead wife's body to the oil field, and he brought his children there. They were still alive, and it was a 45-minute drive, and he confessed that he smothered the younger one, Cece, with her blanket first, and that then the daughter Bella said, "Daddy, don't do to me what you did to Cece." And that there were signs that this daughter, Bella, fought for her life. Talk about a cognitive dissonance. This little girl who we have seen videos of saying her daddy's a hero and he's a wonderful, knowing that he killed her mom, seeing her kill her sister, and then having to live those moments of her daddy killing her. And her parents, Shannon's parents, Shannon, sorry, I have trouble saying her name. Her parents, did not go for the death penalty for him. I cannot say that I could do that. I couldn't do that. And one thing that Dr. Phil did get right, and that is that he called him a malignant narcissist sociopath, but what he got right was calling this man evil. And that is a thing. I'm not comparing what I went through to what she went through, but when you are with a narcissist or a sociopath, you think you are with one person, and then you realize the person you thought you were with is not the person you were with, and that could be for many, many years. For me, it was 17 years. I don't know how many years you were with the person. You thought you were with one person, you were with another person. And now, since my breakup, I've discovered, someone had told me after 14 years that my ex was a narcissist, but now I've discovered that he has done illegal acts, and he's doing some illegal acts, so that might make him more than a narcissist. It might make him a sociopath when you start doing illegal acts. So all of a sudden it's like, there was this person that I loved and trusted that was sleeping next to me in my bed that I thought was a certain person. I thought this was a nice guy, a nice person. But that's not the person that was there. The person that I thought was sleeping next to me is not who that person is. That means I lived a lie for 17 years. And that's very hard to wrap your head around. And all of a sudden, the world looks very different. Because it does say in the Bible, or whatever you believe, it says that there is evil in the world. And on a certain level, we've always known that evil existed, but somehow I had gone around before thinking, oh, most people are good. And it's like, no. And I had gone around before trusting people, thinking I can trust people. And now I realize I can't trust people. And what I discovered is, wow, I can't trust myself because I thought this person in my bed was a good person, and they weren't. So the person that I was trusting, not just which was this person, but the person that I was trusting was me and my judgment, which was off. Now, a lot of times that ends up coming from our childhood. If we were taught in our childhood not to trust our judgment, or that we're not allowed to have judgments, we're just to do what we're told, just do what I say, do what I tell you. If you're a parent, you have a parent that's saying, you're always wrong and I'm always right, and you just have to do what the authority figures say. Then you can grow up thinking you have no voice, you just have to go along with these people and trust these people no matter what, even to your own detriment. Now all of a sudden you look around and you think, wow, the world is a scary place. Then you might start to self-isolate, which I have been doing too much of. They do say that the best way to get out of the cognitive dissonance, and I was reading this in a Psychology Today article, is to be in connection with other people. Obviously with healthy, non-toxic people. But that's the hard thing to do, because then you have to start learning to recognize the healthy people and only associating with them. So more and more learning the red flags of the toxic people to stay away from them, and recognizing the good people. So not isolating yourself too much and trying to be around people and looking for the good ones. But we can't go back to being naive and innocent anymore and thinking that bad, evil, and toxic people do not exist in this world, because they do. So Thank you for stopping by, and if you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel.